Your gut affects everything, even your mood. So Ollie created 2 brand new products to take care of your insides. Ollie Big 10 Probiotic has 10 strains of probiotics, their most ever, to support a healthy gut microbiome, immune system, and stress response. And Ollie Super Good Superfoods delivers 15 superfoods in tasty gummy form. Find them at ollie.com and exclusively at Walmart.
Ollie!
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
It's the Smucker's Uncrustables podcast with your host, Uncrustables. Okay, today's guest is rough around the edges. Please welcome Crust.
Thanks for having me.
Today's topic, he's round with soft, pillowy bread.
Hey.
Filled with delicious PB&J.
Are you talking about yourself?
And you can take him anywhere.
Why'd you invite?
And we are out of time.
Are you really cutting me off?
Uncrustables are the best part of the sandwich. Sorry, Crust.
Hello, everybody. This is Efthimis Karadimas from Nightfall, and we're listening to the amazing, brutally delicious podcast.
1, 2, 3, 4. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast.
How are you, my friend? Good. You all right?
I'm nice. I feel okay. I'm very happy because we're talking with interesting people about our new release, and this is awesome.
Are you over in Greece right now?
Yes, Athens.
Nice. What's the weather like over there? I've never been. It's one of my bucket list places.
Oh, man. When you come, just let me know. I mean, I'm going to show you some cool places here. It's really nice. Right now, it's not that hot. We have a night before windy weather out, but in a couple of days, it's going to be around 30 degrees Celsius. So summer is coming, in a very quick pace.
I just like the pictures I see of all that water. That water is so blue.
It's blue and shark-free.
No sharks?
No sharks. It's unlike Caribbean, for example, which is the water in Caribbean it's really nice, but there are a lot of tropical fish there, including sharks. Yeah. Well, here no, we don't have sharks. Maybe we have 1 or 2, but they are really small. They're not big white ones or tiger stuff like that.
Wow, I had no idea. That's even better.
Yeah, absolutely. You're gonna see by yourself,
Oh yeah, I hope so. All right, so let's talk about Nightfall.
Thank you.
Children of Eve, now that it's done and complete, what's been the response to it so far?
So far, it's great. It's been greater than we expected to. And this is awesome for us because we've been out of the scene for quite much time. And we needed this album, to break through. And we're very, 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 very positive about the outcome.
How do you think that break helped you in the long run? Did it help you to recharge and regroup, or did it have any effect on your music?
Absolutely. I've been suffering and struggling with depression for a long time, and I simply didn't know what was it. I was thinking that all these extreme mood swings had to do with my personal approach in life. So as soon as I realized what's going on, it gave me the opportunity to stand back on my feet and fight this disease, come out strongly, and feel better with myself. Regain confidence to myself. That play a very important role as well to the songwriting and how we manage our next steps as band. We're becoming more. We stopped to be introverts, so to speak. Right. We've been introverts for so long, and that was because of me and my situation and my denial to to cope with it, efficiently.
I applaud you, first of all, for getting through it and finding the help you needed. But we talk about it a lot on the show, and I think it's something that needs to be screamed from the roof, that there's zero stigma, and anybody listening to this needs to go out and get the help they need.
Absolutely. I mean, the problem from the medical side is in the good hands of science, so I have no worries. Scientists, have made really great advances in that field, with lots of people being treated and stop, suffering. But the real problem now for us is the social front, where there is social discrimination, there is the stigma, of course, and there is some sort of bullying, against people who fight with their demons. For example, I'm sure you're familiar as well with a new fashion in this psychotherapy thing that it's called that names some people as toxic.
Yes.
This has no. This absolutely has nothing to do with science. I mean, there's no scientific terminology like toxic or toxicity.
Right.
It's something that some funny people came up with in order, to isolate people from their lives. Yes, as simple as that. And it has become the new fashion. I mean, try not to be toxic. Try to get rid of toxic people. Who the fuck are the toxic people? I mean, somebody who's fighting with the demons in his or her mind is not the best company, 24 hours per day. But we're still here. We're cool. We make fun of ourselves. We are active people. We're normal people. So there's no need, to be discriminated or to be rejected. Like that was, the principle back in a lot of years back. But right now, I think we make the difference.
How difficult? So I'm assuming you put a lot of your experiences and the turmoil you've been through into your music. How difficult is it to play those songs night after night, especially if they're based on really traumatic or really horrible experiences?
It's relieving.
You have to revisit it.
It's relieving. When you share your problems with lots of people, your problems become smaller and weaker. So it's very important, to learn to share our problems and not hide them, not burying them deep inside us and pretend that we are okay. It's so relieving, when you come forward and say, hey, guys, I'm in the middle of this sort of battle and I'm trying my best. So sometimes I'm not going to be, the nicest guys around, but please forget me, please forgive me, and support me. I mean, what's best than to come out truly?
Yeah, no, I agree. And I 100% am on your side there. What,
I didn't think the pain from the shingles rash would affect simple, everyday tasks like bathing, getting dressed, or even walking around. I was wrong. Though not everyone at risk will develop it, 99% of people over the age of 50 already have the virus that causes shingles, and it could reactivate at any time. I developed it, and the blistering rash lasted for weeks. Don't learn the hard way, like I did. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist today. Sponsored by GSK.
Is there a message then? Actually, let me go back for a second. Do you ever feel like you've put too much of yourself into a song? Like, hey, I shouldn't have said that, or that's too personal? Or do you bear it all and go?
No. I've decided, to kill my ego and not try, to be the one that stands, out of the others or to stand above the others. I'm as simple as anybody around. So for me, sharing my personal, worries with people that like our music and they're fans of our band, it's something that it's close, to a spiritual thing, so to speak.
Right.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It makes me feel really nice and exciting as well, like a kid. It's like re-exploring the world.
That's beautiful. So, I mean, the Children of Eve, and from what I've listened to and how I've perceived it, it's definitely like you're rallying against, I guess, organized religion and societal issues or whatever. But is there a takeaway beyond there's a way out? I mean, are you just let's just back up. Let's go. Is there a takeaway to this song, a message you want your fans? This album, sorry.
Actually, it's a sort of continuation, from At Night We Pray. At Night We Pray was really dark and moody because it was a big stage for me where I had to fight with my situation, and I had to fight with second thoughts about opening up and sharing with the people my story. So it was wild album, but I would call it an introvert. While its exact opposite, it's our new album, The Children of Eve, where it's brighter. Symbolically, it means that we are gaining momentum in terms of playing live and getting out from our nest and our comfort zone, getting out to people, trying to meeting people, try to pass the message. It's a very serious message. I don't know if you have noticed, but there are not too many bands that try to pass a serious social message with the lyrics anymore. Unlike the 80s or the 70s, of course, where bands and artists tried to make, to leave their footprint, about social issues and issues like religion.
Protest stuff.
Yes. So it's very interesting, to get back to this mission, because it gives some reasoning in our lives. And this is very important.
I think you hit it right on the head. Music has always had a way of kind of shining the mirror back at the society in general, right? Starting with the 60s in Vietnam, and you went through all those decades. Every
Absolutely.
year you had, the punks in the 70s, and everybody had a message. And you're right, a lot of it got lost, especially in the 80s with, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. But I think, we're back onto that, and there's quite a few artists doing stuff like this, and I think it's going to make a difference somewhere down the end. Do you think it's a result of the pandemic?
I don't think it's a result of the pandemic. The pandemic seems to be forgotten. It's already been 3 years since the pandemic, or something like that. It's already forgotten. Yet that break might made some people, thirsty for not quite the right things. I mean, thirsty to become famous, thirsty to become rich, or I don't know. I see that there's some sort of aggression in many parts of the world. People try, to impose their beliefs onto others. Everywhere, and I see recent years, have shown that even in the front of religions, things are not going, the good way. I mean, we used to say that Jewish and Christian societies were free ones, where the Muslim ones were autocratic and had a lot of problems. But it seems that for one reason or another, the three Abrahamic religions nowadays are causing more harm than relief. Radicals have spread everywhere, and it's like a clash of different religions which taking place in our societies, and that jeopardizes freedoms of speech, freedoms in arts, science, and our own well-being. I'm not sure if you remember, what happened. That was used to happen back in the 80s mainly. I remember the incident with Judas Priest that they were dragged to the court because some religious fan. Right. Yeah. That was an incident we still remember. But I think more and more of similar things will pop up in the States and Europe as well. It's crazy. 3 weeks ago, a member of Greek parliament break through the National Gallery in Athens and smashed some paintings that they were not so fond of his Christian belief. And when that incident, became public, there were a lot of positive response by believers and supporters, of the church that said that he did right. He should be more violent and stuff like that. And say, wait a minute, where is the religious of love? I mean,
the love, the basis of all those religions.
Exactly. No, it's missing right now, and I see. I'm not going to blame simple people who want to believe in something, and when somebody insults that something, they get wild. There are people. We are humans. We are incomplete. We are broken. So. It's normal, to react sometimes violently. My problem and my objection is that the leaders of these organized religions keep it silent when they see that their followers, are outraged.
Where's the discourse? Where's the time where you could sit and say, hey, let's go have a beer and I'll listen to your opinion, then you listen to mine. And if we don't agree, we leave, right? I don't punch you and say you're a fucking asshole. I just leave.
Exactly. So this is what Children of Eve is all about. We are all together. We are people who are coming from the same mother, so to speak, symbolically. So there's no real reason, for bigotry and intolerance to reign. And this is all about. It's about how to stop bigotry and intolerance in our Western societies.
Gotcha. What's the plan to take Nightfall on the road?
We're talking about options right now. Since we have this new album and we are really, really, really into it, and I think that we built it to play it live. We need to be sure that we're gonna grab the right opportunity to hit the road and play it as extensively as possible. It needs time, though. There are very peculiar times. You see that it's very difficult time, for touring. Everything has become too expensive, and most promoters prefer big packages of 4 or 5 bands. So you have to be really careful in order to become part of a tour, but not against the quality, not to discount, anything, and try to deliver to your fans the absolute best because they're paying for it. It's very important.
No, that makes sense. You mentioned you write these songs, they were written to play live. So when you're writing, are you writing with the stage in mind? Like this is a good spot for a crowd breakdown or a jump or a mood change?
No. No, absolutely not. We were about to tour for At Night We Pray about 3 years ago, or no, 4 years ago, something like that. But our tour got postponed twice, and finally it got cancelled because of the pandemic. So I got really disappointed, and I started, writing new music, riffing after riffing, some choruses, and then I prepared a demo, and then the demo became, pre-production. I shared it with the other guys, and it became Children of Eve. Everything started spontaneously and as a reaction to the current state of events back then.
Okay. Greece, and especially Athens, you have a pretty big metal scene there, right?
Yeah, it's pretty big, but we lack record labels. Therefore, we totally rely financially and in terms of distribution and networking and promotion to mainly French labels, which we adore, and they adore the scene very much. Some German and some, labels from the States, but mainly France, because mentality-wise, we have a lot of things in common.
Oh, okay. I know I've had Septic Flesh on just recently, and Ashman you probably know him too. He does a lot of work over there, right? And Rotting Christ. Ashman has been on the show 100 times, but even, Sakis has been on. That's some quality stellar metal coming out of Greece.
Yep, absolutely. It's really nice, and it's amazing that after 3 decades and a little bit more. We are still here, doing music and sharing our thoughts and our fears and concerns, with people that they're still here, to get to listen to us. It's amazing.
You ever imagine you'd still be doing it 3 decades later, or you'd still be releasing relevant music?
No, I wouldn't believe it. Even in my craziest dreams back in the late 80s, early 90s, it was, we didn't even know how to play music. We were just feeling outcasts. We were trying to find our position in society back then. The Greek society in late 80s was really, really weird, really. There was a lot of fear here because 20 years prior to that era, there was a military coup here, junta. So people were really afraid of anything new. Music, fashion, anything was, blocked. People were really into religion and find a job, get a family, start a family, make children. As simple as that. So it was a reaction that led us to become part of this worldwide metal community and be still here right now and talking with you.
Right. And still releasing great music, which I think is amazing as well, right? I mean, there's still a market for it, and I think the metal community is very different from everything we've talked about earlier in this show, right? For the most part, I've been involved in it for like 40 years, and I think it's a microcosm that we should see more of.
Indeed. It's one of the good things that globalization brought was that unification of sub-genres like metal music, and we realized that we're not weirdos. A few weirdos here and a few weirdos in another part of the planet. We became a team, and it's amazing what's going on. The recent years. You see festivals and communities here and there. You see the same people, the same faces.
It doesn't matter what religion, what race, what sex. Who you're sleeping with. Nobody gives a fuck.
I think, at the end of the day, I think that we are more Christians than the Christians, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
100% agree.
Yep. It's crazy what's happening. It's crazy.
So last thing then, I know you mentioned that, you didn't know how to play songs or write music or whatever. What was the gateway record? So for me, like I remember 83 or something, I walked into the record store across from my high school and Diary of a Madman was on the wall. I knew nothing about Ozzy, just a kid. And I went, I like the cover. And the first couple notes of, Over the Mountain, the drum solo or whatever it is, I was fucking in, and it started your trajectory, finding more metal. What was yours?
That was amazing album. Mine was those German guys, Scorpions,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were massive here in Greece. So a tape, an MC.
Which record?
It was Love at the First Stink, I think.
Yeah,
that was the one. But
that's Rocky Like a Hurricane, right?
Yeah, and
I like Blackout better, but that's a great record.
The entire 70s and 80s discography of Scorpions is amazing. Yeah. Even the worldwide tour, that double LP, it's amazing. The guys had it. They were blessed. I don't know. They were ultra lucky, and this is how it started for me. And then I jumped onto another German band, Accept. And I got to listen to Russian Roulette and Metal Heart and Restless and Wild. And I started being fond of that strange combination of melody and aggression and a weird voice. It was absolutely something new for me. It was a new world. It was a new world, an amazing new world. And then I started, playing music, and I realized that I couldn't sing. I was not, a singer in the vein of power metal and something like that. Right. So I started growling a little bit, right. And one thing after the other, I developed like other, vocalists did elsewhere, my own style, and I stuck with it. I believed in it, and I still use it, after so many years.
Yeah, that's great. So I know we meandered quite a bit here. Sorry, I just like to talk.
It's amazing. I totally, enjoy the talking part of the promotion campaign of the album.
Yeah. I have lots of questions, but I just like to talk. So wherever they lead, right?
Yeah, that's the best. This is the best, because you just naturally follow, the conversation, and you end up in surprising good, parts that you may not have thought about it, in the first place. So the surprise element is a very, very important thing in life and in art. I like to get, good surprises. It's amazing.
All right, so 2 more. One of these might be a surprise, but what would you say to anybody watching this who's struggling mentally?
First of all, get professional help. This is ultra important. It's so important that you cannot, play the doctor yourself, or I don't know, the witch doctor. It's very, very, very important to get professional advice and guidance. Secondly, don't be afraid of your situation. Don't hide it from anybody. It's a normal thing, and as soon as you get in good terms with this situation, you're gonna realize that it's nothing. It's normality, so to speak. But I'm saying it again, before anything else, get professional advice.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you taking the time.
The honor is mine, my friend, and the pleasure as well.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the good music and the good message. Be safe.
You're welcome, my friend. Looking forward to meeting you someday. Cheers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bye.
Be well.
Cheers.
This is Lawrence Lanahan, journalist, musician, and host of Rearranged, an Osiris Media podcast about music arranging. Once a song is written, arrangers make musical decisions that shape how we end up hearing the song. And we're not just talking about adding orchestral accompaniment like horns and strings, or doing a cover version of a song. Arrangement can be putting happy music over dark lyrics, using samples, recording all acoustic, even tiny decisions like putting an electronic loop into an acoustic song to draw your attention to an important turn of phrase. It's all arranging. Rearranged episodes are documentary essays where I use arrangements to answer some big questions, like what is a song? And what can a song become? And how can the sound of a song change the meaning you take from it? Listening this way has changed my relationship with music. Tune into Rearranged, and maybe it'll happen for you too. Learn more at rearrangedpodcast.com.
Osiris.
Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Reed Mathis. I made a podcast called The Gifts of Improvising. That's coming out on Osiris. We talk to all your favorite improvisers.
Natalie Cressman, Marco Benevento, Tom Hamilton,
Aaron Magner,
Holly Bowling, Bill Kreutzmann, and Jay Lane.
So what, you're doing a podcast?
Yeah, I'm doing a podcast.
So don't fear if you hear a foreign sound to your ear.
We need the gifts of improvising.
Improvising.